Jelmer here with TNT Woodwork. In today's video I'm gonna replace the mesh screen of a screen door that I built 8 years ago. So remember the video that I made earlier, like a few weeks ago, in which I showed a screen door that I built on the other side of our property. This is a screen door that I built 8 years ago, and it really went through some beatings. When I built it, we didn't have kids yet, and well, right now our oldest son is 4 years, and he liked to jump against the lower part of the screen door. So that's why you can see it's all torn to the bottom right here. And yeah, one time I just turned it around because initially there was a hole here. That hole, it was initially at the bottom. I flipped the whole door around. But yeah, I can only do that one time, so it was time to replace it. And we got a metal mesh screen, and I'm gonna install that today because the frame is still good. It's just the mesh screen that's not good anymore. So we have our youngest son at 5 months, and when he gets bigger, hopefully with a metal mesh screen, it's gonna hold up a little bit longer. So I'm gonna take it down and then show you everything about it. Now also for this video, it's a very basic video, so the tools are pretty basic as well. So I'm gonna use a hand screwdriver, Phillips head, flat head. Maybe I need to use a plier. I'm gonna use my driver if I can, but I'm not sure if it's too rough or not. I got some extra bits to go with it. And I also got my good old scissors. So we're gonna see what's going on. So it's a really light door, so that's why it's being held up with really small hinges as well. And like I said, it held up for 8 years, so they're plenty strong. Top one. So let's start with a closer inspection. So this screen door that you see right here, I built it 8 years ago, and it really stood up well. I used finger joints, like what I also tried in the build of last week, and you can see it here. It's the exact same sort of finger joint with you know, like one finger on one side and 2 fingers on the other side, if it makes sense. Now, what I did as well is I had the strips on top, and I literally used 1 million screws. Well, not literally 1 million, of course, but you get the idea. This is not what I did initially, because initially I had I think half of those screws, but since our little boy, he likes to jump against it, I figured if I have more screws, it's gonna hold up better, because then the impact is gonna be divided over a larger area. And well, it did do that actually for most of the build, because if you go around it, most of the screen door, it's still intact. So to the top it's intact, and up until here, up until the handle. Now, initially, a few years ago, our boy started making a hole. So this hole right here, this was initially at the bottom of the screen door. So what I did, I think 2 years ago, I took off the mesh screen and I flipped it around. So that's why this part here, it still looks okay, because back then it was only that hole that had appeared. But yeah, things have changed, and you can see here, all the way along this length, it has gone bad and it just tore. So I think it's beyond repair, and you know, I used a cheap mesh screen, like the one I used for the other one. It cost only $10, but I wanted to see what happens with a metal mesh screen. So the metal one costs $30, 3 times more expensive, but I think it means that I do not need to repair it as often, and I think that's a win because it will save me, 2 hours of work basically. So yeah, the mesh screen is in the box right here. I'm gonna unpack it. The box of Amazon, it was not damaged, but then the box inside was damaged. But it looks like the product itself is looking pretty good. You can see that it was not damaged. So I'm gonna start by unscrewing all of the wood, then I will unpack the mesh screen and put it on top. Alright, that went quicker than expected. So that's good, I could use my driver all the way around. The piece of wood to the top, it has seen better days, but since it held up for so long already, I think I'm just gonna put it back with the new mesh screen. Alright, time to see if the new screen actually fits, because I didn't try that yet, but from the looks of it, it's the right width. So the packaging seems to be pretty decent. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, it's metal. Okay. I thought we ordered the black one, but this should work just fine. I hope it's strong. So yeah, it's packaged pretty well, like in the industrial paper, and yeah, it's wide enough for sure, so I will be able to put it in place. I'm basically just gonna make sure that it's extremely tight on this side and that it's straight, and then I will first do this side, then the other side, and put some tension on it, and then it should hold up fine. So yeah, it looks like it wasn't cut off straight in the factory, because I'm looking at the mesh itself, and this is straight, but this is just, it wasn't cut off properly. So that's what I'm looking at. So now I'm gonna roll out the mesh screen and make sure that it's a little bit tight so that there is tension. So what I'm gonna attempt is like keep it tight, and well, since it's metal, it's pretty hard to pull it tight. But I'm gonna start with the screws at the ends to get like sort of straight. Then I'm gonna do the middle, and then hopefully it's gonna come out just fine. Now I'm gonna do the middle part. And then the sides to the middle. Yeah, it's really a mismatch of screws on this project, but yeah, I like to use the resources that I have at hand, and at the time, this was what I had. So I'll repeat the same process on the other side. So I'm gonna make sure that it's kind of straight, and then on the other side I'm gonna put some tension. So yeah, the process is the same. I'm gonna start at the end, so start it there and here. I'll do this and then somewhere in there. And since it's not on the tension, I can just put in the screws one by one. And, it was important though to do the ends first, because even though I started there and then did this one, I felt that the wood was a little bit under tension here. And when you put in screws, there should be very little tension. That's the ideal. Yeah, boy, I'm so glad I used screws on this project, because imagine if this were all nails. If it were nails, then I could just throw this out. Then I could start all over again. But with screws, like you can unscrew it, put it in your mesh screen, and you're good to go again. And, yeah, and it just is like satisfying as well, because this is something we used every day for 8 years. And yeah, apart from the mesh screen, it held up fine over time. Yeah, so build things for yourself. There's nothing quite like it. And my two things are woodwork and writing. Those are the two big things that I spend my time on. So I write on my blog and I do woodwork outside in the yard for in and around the house. And I think woodwork is also something that you can really pass down to your kids. I mean, yeah, this is just, it just feels good to make something. Now this side again, I need to make sure that there's tension. So I'm gonna start at the ends and then work my way to the middle. And you know, it's important for it to be firm because it's gonna add to the whole structural integrity of the entire screen door. Yeah, this piece actually broke, but well, it's still functioning, but so. So that's it, the mesh screen is in place. So now the final step is to cut off the excess and then to install it. So making quick progress today. I feel good about this. Now one thing I'm looking at right now are these edges here because they look like they're a little bit sharp, so I need to find a way to fix that because they will be sticking out as it is right now. I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut it off and then I'm gonna lift it up just a little bit on this side and then fold it underneath, if that makes sense. Because I don't want any of the mesh screen to be exposed, so then I will do the same on the other side. It's gonna be a bit of extra work, but it's gonna be way safer for the box. Alright, I think I have to unscrew the whole thing and do it over. I'm gonna attempt to see if I can get it proper without attaching, disassembling the other side, but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna see what I can do. Alright, so now I'm gonna fold this double and then reinstall the mesh screen. Right now I'm thinking like if I let it stuck out more, I could have folded it and it would be excess on this side, which is not bad, plus it would not be sharp. So. I have to take it down again because it feels like the metal below is scraping on the tiles and I don't want that because they will really mess it up. Wood on tiles, okay, but iron on tiles, metal on tiles, not okay. So I'm gonna make sure that no metal is sticking out below because it's scraping on the floor. I don't want that. Yeah, and then it should be good to go then. So I'm just gonna fold it double so that it's absolutely not sticking out underneath. Now, and while I'm at it, I might just as well cut off some excess of the mesh screen on the other side because it looked like it was way too much to the left there, so I'm gonna deal with that one time. Yeah, this is way better than it was. The mesh screen, it's not as tight as I would like it to be because I had to fix it because there was like a sharp part sticking out because it's really like a different product to work with. Also, part of me feels like doing an iteration of the whole screen door thing because yeah, there has to be a way that you can make a screen door like ultra strong, like so strong that you can like hang on it, but still to serve its purpose. So yeah, maybe I'm gonna do that sometime in the future, but this one is gonna be good for the next couple of years. Now I got a little bonus for today's video, like to the back of our house. It's a bit of a mess because time is limited since I'm a family man, but that's this thing right here. This is a dragon fruit, and to the back there is one, and I thought it was ripe or maybe ripe, but I'm gonna feel it today, and it still feels kind of firm. I'm gonna smell it too. How does it smell? Oh, it smells sweet. So I think this one can come off, but I'm not 100%. So yeah, so I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do there. So that's it for this video. I hope you learned something, and I certainly wish I watched this video because it would have saved me a lot of time. So if you have to repair a screen door, now you know how to do it and what to look out for. Thanks for watching, and hopefully until the next video.